everybody. Recording live from somewhere.
Totem Pole Nation. Coach Taylor, Coach Lambo, Coach Bald. How to email a college coach and get recruited. Step-by-step guide for student athletes. Braden in the house. Totem Pole. We're going to shout out our guy Braden, our West Coast Totem Pole recruiter. And yes, Coach Bald is on, Braden says. Lambo's going to take the comments. Let's go. Coach Bald, how are you feeling tonight? And what advice could you give all of the players out there that want to know how to email a college coach and get recruited?
Man, I'm fired up to be here with you guys. People ask me all the time, what is your favorite place? And I tell them this. I say, you know what? I don't have a favorite place. I have favorite people, and where they are, that is my favorite place. And right now I'm here with Coach Taylor, Coach Lambo. And the reason we're here is because we believe in your potential. We believe that you might be the next big time high school, college, or even professional football player. Our mission is very simple. It's to help you reach every goal, every turn, bring your dreams into a reality on the field, and most importantly, in life. That's what we're here for. We're here to support, guide, challenge you every step of the way. Let's chase greatness together. And here we are. Here we are.
Lambo, we got some comments.
Yes, starting with Stanley Taylor. What do I do if I'm going into my junior year, but I have no film?
If you have no film, you got to find a way to get film. That means get out there to camps, get out there with the trainer, get out there with your buddies, get somebody to film you. We believe in you. We know that you can live your dream, but you got to grind now, shine later. And take whatever opportunity you can get, man. Go ahead, Lambo.
Wyatt Burdick says, Coach Taylor, Coach Lambo, Coach Bald, how are y'all doing tonight?
We are great. We are blessed to be here.
DCL says, Coach Bald.
DCL.
God bless you.
Say to DCL, Coach Bald.
Hey, I'm back. We're back. Thank you. Thank you.
This is for you, DCL.
That's it. We're
Production
guys.
Says, I got very displeased message, LOL, from a player who we know. Coach Taylor, who said I was ruining his dreams by stating that he was faking offers. 129 pounds with 20 plus Division I offers.
Wow.
Britton Shockman, do you recommend going to prospect camps with a lot of D3 and NAIA schools?
Yes, I recommend going to any camps that's not too far away from home, within 3-hour drive, and not too expensive. And guys, we can't be picky when it comes to colleges. You got to love who loves you. And it might be an NAIA school. It might be a D3. It might be a D2. Keep grinding. If they want you, they will get that thing as close to zero as possible. Coach Bald, how do you feel about going to camps with D2 and D3 and NAIA schools? And Coach, the man from Seoul is on here, but for some reason his camera is not coming on.
Yeah, like you said, man, without a doubt, you never know who's in the building. You may go to this camp and it's D2, D3. You never know what college coach might be in there, what former NFL player, and word gets around quick. You know, when there's a superstar, a rock star player out there that's a baller, hey, baller alert, we all know. Word gets around quick. So it doesn't matter where you go. You just got to show up, show out, and stand up and be the best player out there. Trust me, they'll find you. They always will. That's what we're here for. Crystal
George
Ball.
Fisher.
Welcome
go
to
ahead.
the party.
George Fisher says terrific insights. George Fisher from Indeed.
Thank you, George. Appreciate you. Where are you from, George?
BG Productions. I love benefiting athletes and coaches. And today was just another example of why we need to be proactive. Following the 5 character rules for athletes, the kid test and personality, LOL.
Yeah. You can always tell who they give you a vibe. You know, do you get a good vibe? Do you get a bad vibe? And man, guys, let your play do the talking for you. I mean, be so good that you cannot be denied.
DCL. Also, I play tennis, so I can't talk about most football, but I also love these responses.
Well, we love you, DCL, and we appreciate you for being down with Totem Pole for a long, long time. Coach Bald, talking about the grind. Grind now, shine later. When you went to Lakewood High School in St. Petersburg, Florida, and you met the Griffin twins, talk a little bit about that grind that Lakewood High School had under Corey Moore that just signed an NFL contract. He's going from high school coach to NFL scout.
Yeah, what a huge compliment that is. The legendary Corey Moore. And, it was just everybody there had on white T-shirts, black shorts. Nobody had on different gear. He just made everybody look the same. And, man, it was just grinding. The practices were brutal. We'd be out there on the tennis courts. And in Florida, a tennis court is usually about 130 degrees in the summertime. He'd have guys doing up-downs out there, man. It was very intense. But all of those guys, it was a team led. He was a great leader, but the leaders were the best players on the team, and that's what made it very intense. Those practices, I tell you what, between Rodney Adams on one end, Valdez Scantling playing the other wide receiver, and those Griffin twins locking those guys up, it was like a fist fight almost every time the ball went up in the air. It was amazing, but it brought out the best in them. That's why all 4 of those guys, hit the NFL. And, that's what things are possible when you go after things and you challenge yourself and you go out there and you challenge the best player. You want to be that guy. So you go against them, and I saw it on the offensive line too. Blessed enough to coach Isaiah Wynn, number 1 pick out of the University of Georgia at 6'3" offensive lineman. I think he was the first one in probably 20 years at that size. Most tackles are 6'6", 6'7", but the guy just, he fought like he played like his hair was on fire, man. Intense, and that's what you need to get. When you feeling your body is tired, you need to push, pull, or drag yourself to get intense. Think about the warrior within you, or your ancestors that had some warrior in them, and you do it for them. You do it for your coaches. That's when it's time to crank it up. When you feel your worst, you feel your tiredest. That's when you might just be your most dangerous. And I'm just fired up to be here, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Right back at you.
We got a lot of questions up in the chat. We appreciate y'all. We're starting with Jaden Lunford. How would you know when you're about to get an offer? And what times, places when coaches can give out offers?
I don't think you ever really know when you're going to get the when you're going to get the offer. And when can they start offering officially? They can start offering you the first day of your junior year, but they can unofficially offer before then. But we always say it's the NFL. It's not for long. Even though you get the offer, that doesn't guarantee anything. Just because you sign on the piece of paper, like they could still get rid of you. I mean, nobody's safe. That's why you got to grind now, shine later. Coach Ball, how do you feel about that?
You know what? That's exactly it. There's going to be times that your parent, your mom or your dad, if you're lucky enough to have both of them, guess what? They didn't want go to work. But they knew they had to get to work. They knew they had to feed you. They wanted you to have the nicer things that maybe they didn't have. And, that's what it's about. It's about growing through things like that, going through and growing through. You're going to make mistakes, but you got to learn along the way. Fool me once, that's shame on me. But fool me twice, that's not going to happen. You got to get better, and you got to get better mind, body, and spirit. You know what I mean? You can't just sit there and talk the talk. I want to be the best player and not be willing to grind for it to where you can be Ric Flair, do that walk, do that. Woo! You know what I mean? That's what it's all about right there, man. That's what we're trying to do here. And we're on a mission. We're on a mission to get you guys better, to answer all your questions, and to tell you the truth, And sometimes, unfortunately, your parents might not want to hurt your feelings, and there might be something that you're not doing that they don't have the heart to tell you. But that's why we're here. We want to be that amazing uncle or that amazing brother, that big brother, that big uncle that looks out for you, the coach that's always going to be there, because none of us would be where we are at right now if we didn't have big brother, that uncle, that coach looking out for us. So that's our main mission right here, Totem Pole Nation. And I'm just blessed to be on here with you guys and to get these great questions from all you amazing people out there. I appreciate it.
Corbin Hagdon. Hey, coaches, what should you send your coaches when you message them over email or phone number?
Coach?
I mean, it's hard to get these guys' cell numbers. And whatever you do, don't ever put a college coach's cell number out there, man. That's like private. Like if a coach wants your cell number, don't be putting it on Twitter or messaging it to 200 kids. That's a violation of trust. All right. You can text coaches, yeah. You can also email them. But on an email, I put a sample email down in the description. On the subject, you should have your name. You should have your class, your position, your height and weight. Dear coach, so use the coach's last name. My name is blank, and I'm this height and this weight and this position in the class of whatever from this high school in this city and state. I'm reaching out to express my strong interest in the name of your football program and introduce myself as a potential recruit. I've attached my highlight film and academic information below. I'm a dedicated student athlete with this GPA and this SAT or ACT score. On the field, I've been, these honors. Here's a quick snapshot of my profile. So there's a sample email there in the description for this live stream.
Eric, coaches, what do you recommend for the fastest way to get noticed by coaches?
Coach Ball, what is the fastest way to get noticed?
Coaches are always asking for somebody to step up, do a drill, carry bags. Just be the guy, man. Just be the most important guy on the team. Answer all the questions. Raise your hand if you have questions. Be there in the moment. Put your cell phone down when you're at practice. Don't put that thing up until after practice. All that stuff on your cell phone, guess what, guys? It's going to be there when practice is over. All right. That stuff is not important. Where your feet are is what is important. So be there and, hustle. Hustle is something that does not take a ton of talent. You do not have to, you don't have to have great talent to hustle. Effort. Okay. Effort is something that, it's just something that you can use it at any time and at all times. You always want to be top effort. You want to go 100% with everything you do, and they see that. Trust me, coaches see that. I'll give you an example. When I was at Lakewood, I was watching a spring game last year. And at the time, the quarterback at UVA was Anthony Calandria, who played football at Lakewood. All right. He's just back there visiting. Well, a ball comes on the sidelines and it hits the girl that's carrying the water. All the water bottles fall down. You got the quarterback at University of Virginia grabbing all of them, helping her out. And, I just saw that and I was like, that's what a leader does right there. That's what you do. That's how you get on the field. That's how you get noticed. Hey, like the way you are with the CEO is the way you need to be with the janitor. Make everybody important, But when you're out there, you just ball out, have a good time, but show your coaches you want to be there. Trust me, there's places you could be if you wanted to, I'm sure, not doing good things. You're there. Why not go all in? Why are you not going to focus all your time on being there? Somebody paved the way for you to get there. Somebody gave you a ride to get there. Somebody's got to pick you up afterwards. Why not go all in while you're there and represent them, man? That just shows respect to them. That's my thought on that, Coach. What do you think? What grabs your attention? You've been got
eyeball test.
The
a
eyeball.
guy 6'6", 300 always stands out. A guy that runs a 4.3 40 always stands out. A guy that's dominating people and mauling them. A guy on the offensive line. A guy on the defensive line that cannot be stopped from getting to the quarterback. A wide receiver that's mossing people, separating himself with his speed and moves. A lockdown corner that's a ball hawk. Michael Tarver asked us on Twitter. He's 6'1", 277 pounds, 8th grader, rising 9th grader. And wants to know, is his size good? Yes, I think so. I think your size is just good, Michael. Lambo, do we have any more questions?
A lot. Braden Stockman. I got letters in the mail, and I've had a couple D2 programs email my dad for camp invites. How can you tell if it's just a fundraiser and they want your money, or are they actually interested in you?
Well, answer them back and give them your cell number and see if they call you, see if they text you, see if they even answer your email back. That's a good way. But that's a great question.
Brady.
The game's changed. The game's changed, man. Like, these D1 schools are recruiting the portal. They're recruiting guys who are freshmen, sophomores, and they've been recruiting these guys for 4 years. You might have to go to a small school and ball out. Ballers ball, dude. And there's good football players everywhere. So keep grinding.
Braden, DCL, mentality is important. I mean, I love seeing accountability coaches and athletes be a we guy. Mm-hmm. Don't do stupid stuff and etc. Braden, one of the things.
I think that deserves a helmet sticker. That's leadership.
Braden, one of the things I also want to clarify on recruiting, tape matters. If you have a clip of you jogging, I am going to skip it. Hustle is important. I'd rather have a 5'7", 175 hard pushing athlete. Wyatt, how far away is too far away for a college camp?
Well, I know that if it's 300 miles, it's 6 hours. That would be a pretty far away. So 6 hours in a car, I think, is probably maximum.
Braden says 3+ hours. We have a question from Eric. Coach, a 6 foot, 220 pounds, bench 225, squat 410, class of 2027, the DN defensive tackle. How would you have the coaches coming to you? Let me know if it's good enough.
What do you mean by that, Eric? Let me know if it's good enough. You want me to?
My bad. Wrong person. Was a different person. I'm sorry. That was a different guy. My bad.
How would you have coaches coming to me? You're 6 foot 220, and your class of 27. So you need to focus on getting as big and strong and fast as possible. All right. You need to be, since you're an undersized guy, you need to be like a Tasmanian devil. You need to be getting after it. You need to be like a wrecking ball in the backfield. You need to be smashing quarterbacks, TFLs. You got to be twitchy. You have to have get off. You got to run to the football every play.
Aaron Donald. Yeah, that's what you need to be. And that's the thing, too. At your age, you're a 2027 guy. I was looking at a guy the other day, and it was his junior year. He was 6'1", 240. His senior season, he was 6'3", 308. So you can put some serious size on in 1 year. That's for sure. But a lot of it is that dedication in the weight room. But the same thing, the same dedication you have in the weight room, in the classroom, you got to take it to the kitchen. You can't sit there and eat a salad and think you're going to put on 20, 30 pounds of muscle.
A bag of chips.
Braden, I've seen about 250 plus D1 coaches' numbers get leaked. I always text them and let them know. The kid you are talking to just leaked your number.
Wow. You always
Ricky,
that and let them know? Nice.
Yeah.
I tell
Ricky,
you, what
go
a
ahead.
blessing it is to be on here with y'all. If you're on Twitter, retweet it. If you're on YouTube, spam that heart emoji. Make sure you like it. Make sure you sub. We love y'all.
Ricky
99%
Cox.
of our viewers are subscribers.
Ricky Cox, if I get a college camp invite, how do I tell them that it's too far for me?
Just be honest, man. Say, Coach, I would love to come, but I just can't. My parents can't take me out there right now. Are there any camps that are closer to where I live that y'all may be attending? Put it back on them.
Good question. Great answer, too.
Braden popping in on Twitter. Hosea Fuente Fortune Jr. Hey, coaches, what can I do at a camp to stand out specifically as an inside linebacker?
It's always hard, man, to stand out as an inside backer at a camp with no pads. All right, because usually you're covering. Usually all they do is like they make you do some cone drills, some bag drills, and then that you cover man-to-man against a running back. So it's hard, man, because playing inside backer is a very physical position, and it's about like fitting the run and banging and going downhill. So Coach Bald, how can he show out at a camp? I would say being cock diesel. I mean, have muscles coming out of your ears is one way.
Yeah, like Brock Lesnar. Just be loud and proud out there, man. You know, when the defensive guys, usually the good one, the best ones, they maybe got some screws a little bit loose. You know what I mean? But when y'all make a play, if you're out there, you're on a team. Some play happens, man. Be loud. Just be a leader, man. Go high five all you excited. Like that camaraderie, that brotherhood right there is what a leader does. And that's what you're looking for in middle linebackers, man. Because like you said, man, it's not a pretty position. It's a pretty badass position because there's a lot of contact there. We love
Look like Luke Kuechly. Look like Luke Kuechly.
Brilliant.
I love Luke Kuechly, man. Luke Kuechly was a monster.
Yeah.
Who are some other linebackers, Coach Bald, that he probably needs to study? I mean,
Ray Lewis.
What film we used to watch all
Ray
the time?
Lewis.
Crunch Course.
Oh yeah, NFL Crunch Course, man. That's a classic.
NFL Crunch Course.
Yeah, like 100% of those tackles are illegal these days. You can't even do that. But I would say like a guy like Zach Thomas, man. Zach Thomas was a smaller, I want to say a 5'9", 5'10" linebacker. Sam Mills, he was a smaller inside linebacker. But those guys from sideline to sideline were the fastest guys on the field. And that's what you got to do at that middle linebacker, Mike linebacker, inside linebacker position. You got to get sideline to sideline yesterday, like fast.
Lewis Reese, senior year, I'm getting moved to outside linebacker from defensive end, and a new head coach and a bunch of other kids transferring. Am I selfish for thinking about transferring too?
Well, it's not selfish to have the thought, okay? And you always got to do what's best for you, but your senior year, that's tough, man. You've been at one school for 3 years, and if you change schools, a lot of times colleges they lose track of you. So, I mean, if you already got film playing D-line, playing outside linebacker is not always a bad thing because the more you can do, the more valuable you become. And in playing defensive end, a lot of times you got to drop in coverage. So, no, you're not selfish. You got to do what's best for you. I don't know what state you're in. I don't know what all the rules are. So, but I think you're going to be fine, man. Keep grinding, dude.
Braden. Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Clay Matthews are all my favorite linebackers and inside linebackers. Braden, you are 100% having good size. Focus on grades and keeping weight. That's fit. Holy bleep. If anybody has any other comments, don't forget to type it in the chat.
Yeah, Coach Ball, you are a certified life coach. And what can you talk to these young men about from your not just football coach position, but you're a professional licensed life coach?
Yeah, guys, my thing is you need to find your blueprint, and everybody's blueprint is different, but all of the Warriors or great NFL football players, they all have a blueprint. And, it's not just from playing football, doing drills. It's everything. It's from the workouts that you're doing to prepare for that. It's by the food that you're putting in your mouth. It's by the things that you're reading and that you're putting in your brain. It's challenging yourself as well. I'm a big believer in, he who bleeds more, you bleed more in practice, it'll be easy during the game. You know what I mean? Like you gotta challenge yourself. Just today I've done a cold water plunge. I've sat in a sauna for 25 minutes, sweating like a hostage. I did some yard work, and that's a great thing about the off season. Okay, you guys got a lot of extra time. You're not in the classroom, so you can still get your workouts in with your team, because that's super important and that's the ultimate goal. But dude, go get some yard work in. Okay, go grind, go cut some grass. You offensive linemen, you use that lawnmower and you shove that thing down the field just like it's a defensive lineman, and vice versa. You defensive lineman, you grab that lawnmower, man, get some steps in. And, it's a great time to get workouts in, double workouts, 2-a-days. And that's by doing things at the house. And that's the thing. If you got to find things around you, like the things you guys got there that are nice that we don't have are hills. We don't have hills here. So if you got mountains by you, go climb the mountains, man. That's good, hard work.
And you probably have ran many of a day in sand with combat boots. I can see you doing that.
Without a doubt.
Beach.
That sand, man. And you guys that have the hills, man, hit them hills. That's what Walter Payton used to do. That's what Jerry Rice used to do. Two of the greatest of all time. Works for those guys. Guess what? Probably work for you as well. But it's a great time, the off season. You don't have that time to be in the classroom, but you do. You need to get workouts at home. Get some yard work in, man. That yard, I want it looking pretty like my grass looks. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
Is that the man from Soul or is that Terminator?
So hold on.
That's Terminator.
You got it, brother.
Yeah.
That's Terminator X.
Lewis
What's
Reese.
going on, gentlemen?
Oh, man. Good to see you.
Here, Terminator.
Yeah, good to see you again. I only seen you 12 hours ago. That's right. Coach Troy and I were in there getting our grind on in the gym. So I echo that, Coach Bald. Yeah, make sure you get that workout in.
Yes.
So you're not in school, so you got plenty of time. Yeah, I like that, Coach Ball, driving that lawnmower. That's excellent workout. Put your cleats on and just get after it.
Yeah. And nobody's ever drowned in sweat. Nobody has ever drowned in sweat. And I've been testing that theory. Still ain't drowned yet, guys. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Lewis Reese, does being a regional hurdler help my football recruiting?
Yes. Look up Brandon Ross. He was a hurdler. He didn't start till midway through his junior year. He played like 5 or 6 years in the NFL for the Packers, for the Broncos, for the Raiders. He was mentored by Charles Woodson. He's pretty good now, Charles Woodson.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. That's excellent.
Issa, the receiver. What is the best way to contact coaches? Twitter DM, tagging them in posts, sending messages on NCSA.
All of the above and email. Josh Allen sent 16,000 emails and only got one response out of JUCO. So, dude, People send emails every day. These are multi-million-dollar companies. And here's Kirk Wynn, who is a parent whose son has just gone through the recruiting process in basketball, and he's sending his son to Fork Union Military Academy. So I would say all of the above. But these multi-million-dollar companies send emails every day knowing you're never going to open them. I got emails from Trump. I got emails from Kamala Harris. I got emails from all those two guys that were the vice presidents or whatever. Dude, they know you're never going to open them, but let them see in your name. Name recognition. Kirk, what is one piece of advice you can give these guys that want to go to the next level about playing college ball? Why did your son get the opportunity to come play basketball at Fork Union Military Academy?
I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said, Troy. Emails. Put yourself out there, like Lambo just said. Message the NCSA, tagging them in posts. And I'll give you a quick example. I'll give you all the Cliff Note version. Email Coach Bob Wims out there at Fork Union. I knew my son wasn't heavily recruited. He didn't get a lot of time as a junior as he played both JV and varsity basketball. But we knew he could play. A lot of people were like, oh, my gosh, man, he has skills. He can do this. He can do that. I emailed Coach Bob Wims, sent a clip. And the one thing that helped my son is he stayed in the gym. Yeah. And I am not kidding you guys. From his junior year all the way up till now, he got a trainer. Like my spouse and I just got out of his way. And he grinded in that gym 12 to 13 times extra a month, along with basketball practice, along with AAU. And that clip got Wims' attention, kept emailing Wims and following up. And what do you know, man? My son, he was blessed to get a roster spot, man. It took a little time for him to kind of grasp that, but he's excited. He's back in the gym next week after he takes a break. But I'm excited for him, and he's excited for the opportunity. But he's continuing to grind, so that's the main thing too. Even the kid from Colorado. I mean, I was just amazed how he just kept wanting to, but he kept in that gym, just like the gentleman just said. Man, just stay in the gym, stay in the weight room, stay on those heels, and if you keep working, man, good things will come your way. I'm definitely a true believer in that.
Braden, coaches out here. Coaches out. Braden says coaches out here at AJ_Weird27 is someone you should follow as well. 4-star ranked kicker, hardworking. He's an athlete if you want.
Thank you very much.
Braden also says, Issa, I say everything, but most of all, grind now, shine later. Helmet sticker for you.
Terminator, what does grind now, shine later mean to you? Your nephew's coming to Fork Union Military Academy to play quarterback in August, but what have you seen from being around the program at Fork Union Military Academy and grind now, shine later? What does that mean to you now?
I mean, just like all y'all have been saying, I mean, it's about, putting in the work. I mean, it's like Wynn said, I'm going to give you the cliff notes. I'm going to put it this way. You're the coach at Fork Union University, but you and I were in the gym this morning at 6:30 getting our workout on before work. And to echo of Coach Ball, I went back a second time, sat in sauna just like he did. Now I'm 53, but hey, I've been grinding the whole time. It's like they say about integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. And if you do that, trust me, somebody's going to see you, because they're going to be like Coach Ball said about the quarterback, Caladria, picking up those water bottles. I mean, really, he didn't have to do that. He's the quarterback at UVA, but hey, integrity. It was built in him when he started doing it, probably in 8th grade, and that's where it starts. If you want to get to the next level, you got to be the first one to practice, last one there. Like you said, sit in the front of the room, raise your hand. I mean, hey, just do it all what they said. But the main thing is don't eat bags of chips because as we are in the weight room, if you want to put on serious muscle, go to Walmart, get you a cheap $100 grill, and just start grilling everything and then eat your vegetables. Trust me, you will put on the mass because it's lean, good food. And that's how you get bigger and stronger. And I watched my nephew, and I mean, I remember when the kid couldn't even tie his cleats, Coach Troy. But you know what? He was the baddest thing on the flag to football. He couldn't even tie his own shoes. Paul had to tie his shoes. Couldn't tie his shoes at 6 years old. But you know what? Nobody could catch him, and he could sling that thing. And now look where he's at.
What a blessing.
Yep.
Oh gosh, dude. Oh, and let me piggyback on a little bit what Justin just said as well for those who are listening. When no one's not watching and you putting in that work, it will all pay off. And I can remember there are times in my son's junior year where he was unsure. He knew he was putting in the work, but he really wasn't getting a lot of shine. But the one thing he kept doing is what Justin just said. Keep working if you're in love with it. Don't stop grinding. Just because you're not getting time as a junior, or maybe you don't start till you're a senior, but just keep putting in the work. Don't stop. And I know from experience, a lot of guys out here in Colorado, and it happens all over the country, guys get discouraged or they get discouraged by a coach, and then they totally stop. Well, no, I don't feel like playing anymore, or I'm not heavily recruited, so I'm good. I don't want to do it anymore. But if you got a passion for it, there's somewhere for you to play if you put in the work. Just keep grinding and don't give up. And my son is a perfect example, you all. He is a perfect example. He didn't start till his senior year, but he kept grinding from freshman all the way on up till he was a senior. So keep grinding, just like Justin mentioned. Don't stop the work. Don't stop the work. Keep playing and keep grinding.
Miles Porsche. Hey, Coach, what can I do to stand out as a sophomore lineman at camps?
Well, we talk about the tests. The first test is the eyeball test. Be big. And if you're not tall, you better be 2 times better than the dude that is tall. All right, so first thing is the eyeball test. Do you look like somebody on their team? 2, film. So, I mean, at camp, they don't have film. So you gotta dominate, man. You gotta be the best guy there. If you're not the best guy there, you be the most coachable guy with the most hustle. Yes sir, no sir, going hard every rep. Then 3, we always say, is the grade test. You gotta pass the grade test. You gotta have the transcript with good grades, A's and B's in your core classes. And then the character test. Now, Kirk, your son, if he would have had a 2.5 GPA instead of a 3.5 GPA, do you think he would have gotten the opportunity to come to Fork Union Military Academy? And if he was a turd to his high school coach, do you think he would have gotten that opportunity?
Absolutely not, Troy. Great point. Grades is by far number one. And I hate to interrupt you, Troy.
No, I want
but
you to talk on
but I have to mention this as well. In his high school awards basketball banquet, 5 seniors all walked up there and got the Student Scholar Award, including my son, for 3.5 or higher GPA. And the next thing the coach said, and out of the 5 seniors, my son and another senior, he's going out to California to play JUCO basketball. He got a little offer out there, which I'm proud of him. He did that. But the one thing he said after those kids accepted those awards, if you don't have grades, you can forget about it. He said these guys now have an opportunity to go play basketball if they want because they got a 3.5 or better. And he says, that is it. Don't pass go. Don't collect 200 if you don't have grades. It's the one thing he mentioned. Student first, athlete second. So that's a very good point, Troy.
Amen.
No question. Yep.
Landon Bailey. Hi, coach. I'm a 6'3", 295 pounds. I play center, class of 2028, and I'm an undersized. Do you have any tips to get bigger in the weight?
Well, I'm gonna push that to Terminator because he is our strength coach. He's our weight room guy. So
I think
Terminator.
Troy just left the building.
Am I here? Can y'all hear me?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I can hear you.
Terminator.
Yes, sir.
How much do you bench press? How many times do you lift a week? And give that young man some advice.
How many times I left a week? All right, so we go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're off Wednesday. Then we go Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is cardio day. So I'm in the gym 6 days a week. To get bigger, you just got to keep putting weight on. Put more weight on. Don't say, oh well, he's I hate this term when they say they're young people or they're peacocking. You're not peacocking. You're trying to work on your craft. Keep adding weight. Keep adding weight. Don't go light. Go as heavy as you can for about 6 to 8 reps, max 5 to 7 sets. And as far as eating, make sure it's lean protein. Make sure you read. Try to stay away from the sugars. Get good carbs, and And then next thing is get some exercise. You would be amazed how much just walking alone. Walking alone does so many benefits for your body, and it's low impact. Or if you have availability of a pool, I suggest that. Coach Ball's got a beautiful pool, so I know he gets in that work. But that's low impact because you got to remember, you got to protect your joints. Being 6'3", you're a big man, so you got to protect those joints as long as you can because you're going to get some stiffness and some soreness. But hey, you got to push through that wall. Like The Rock says, you got to be the hardest worker in the room.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on. Look up high school film of Isaiah Wynn. Look up Isaiah Wynn's high school film. He was 6'3", 260, maybe going into his senior year. Got drafted within 3 years of playing football at Georgia. The guy just played, really nasty ball, man. He's just a bear out there, just putting people in the dirt. You just got to have that mentality. He's one of those guys where you had to say, hey, man, you got to calm it down out there. That's a coach's dream. Most of the time, you're over here checking the guy's pulse. You guys alive? You guys alive? No, him. It's like you got to pull him back, pull the bear back. Come on. Film because I think it'll show you exactly what you need to be doing out there on the football field. And workout wise, the guy's legs were just ginormous. You can never go wrong with squatting and deadlifting a lot of weight. So those are the ones I'd be definitely working on.
Wyatt Birdie, how do I stand out at corner at camps without coverage reps?
Well, you mean you're not getting in at the camp? Then you better run a fast 40. You better run a 4.3, 4.4. I mean, you got to get reps, man. You got to show what you can do. You paid money, then you need to – closed mouth don't get fed. You need to be up there at the front of the line. Coach Ball, you're shaking your head. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know how it is everywhere, but I know here there's a couple parks where, some high school coaches in the are doing extra work with guys, and there are always a ton of guys out there. So there's somebody that's got to be doing that where you live, whether, you need to ask a coach or get in contact with little league coach, something, man. There's some kind of way you can get better where you can be on the field. And yeah, man, hey, even just playing basketball, man, play defense like you're guarding a guy, a wide receiver. Just be on him, man. Watch this guy, Josh Hart, for the Knicks. This guy is like a glove out there, man. Like every time the guy shoots, he's fouling them or blocking them. It's a beautiful thing, but that's what you got to do, man. You got to just be all over and smother them. You want to be a smothering defensive player. And watch film, man. Watch film on guys like Darrelle Revis. Watch early film on Haley. Those guys that were just amazing defensive players. And people that are your size, that's who you kind of want to emulate yourself after. Watch the guys that are the size that you're about and what the game was and what made them important, and try to emulate them. Do what they've done. Try to emulate their workouts. Crystal ball.
The Colonel.
Paul, what advice would you give these guys on how to email a college coach and get recruited? Step-by-step guide for student athletes.
Step-by-step guide. First and foremost, just send a professional email. As you stated before, you got to start with your name, height, weight, class, and then you go in, introduce yourself. Just be as formal as possible. If you go on, I mean, you could actually Google, a professional greeting message to a college recruiter, and it would pop up, and you could literally cut and paste it and then put your information in there. But I would never try to attack anything alone. I mean, just take guidance, get guidance from your coach, your high school coach, or your parents. That's an easy one. They can craft one for you and allow you to put your information in there and sound like a professional when you're trying to get recruited.
Don't forget about the guidance counselor.
Them too. Everybody's on your team.
Miles Porsche. Hey, coach, I'm a 6'4", 360 lineman from California. Should I slim down a bit to start getting offers or getting seen?
Well, you always want to be as lean as possible. They would rather the guy be too thin than too heavy. So you need to just don't focus on the number. All right, because everybody gets caught up on – you need to change your diet, man. You need to start drinking water. You stay away from the sugar. Stay away from the white bread, processed foods. And you need to eat lean protein, vegetables, Terminator.
Yes, sir.
I mean, to get offers, I mean, what I think I'm already interested in you at Fort Union Military Academy because we like big guys. So what would you say, Terminator, to Miles Porsche on should he try to slim down?
I mean, basically, yeah. Like you just said, stay lean protein, vegetables, good carbs. I know a good one is sweet potatoes. They got sweet potato fries, air fryer. If you like fried foods like I do, the air fryer is my best friend now. I mean, I love my tater tots, but I can't fry them anymore. My body just can't handle fried food. So, hey, I love my air fryer. I mean, it's all in what you eat. The main thing is you have to keep putting in. Think of it like this. I tell everybody I talk to, if you want your car to run good, you don't go to the Pilot gas station to put in that water gas. You go and you get the good gas to put in your car so it runs well. Well, if you want your body to work well, you don't eat potato chips. You don't eat Ho-Hos. You don't eat donuts from Krispy Kreme. You go in there, you actually make your food. Make your food. Don't buy it from Wendy's, Taco Bell, etc. Make your food and eat it. That's why I said go get a grill. You can get a cheap grill now. That's after Memorial Day and grill your food. There's nothing better. I mean, me and my brother there, the man from Seoul, we grill everything. And you should see, I mean, my mother is putting on so much weight now that her cancer's gone. It's incredible. But she eats lean food and she's loving it. We load her up. But that's all it is. It's about consistency. You're consistent in the classroom. You're consistent in the gym. You're consistent in the field. You, like Coach Ball said, you got to be consistent in the kitchen. That's where, and my doctor said, if you want abs, you got to start in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Jonathan Dow said, what is the average height for a tackle?
You are 6'6". Yeah, from South Kakalaki, South Carolina, my favorite state. Man, I wish we could get you at Fort Union Military Academy. I need a 6'8" guy on one side and a 6'6" guy on the other.
He said he's measured at 6'7", 286.
Yeah, 286. I love South Carolina.
Braden says, Coach Taylor, here's the thing for the QBs in here. What types of reads are you looking for them? Zone coverage, man coverage, zone disguise as man, looking safety. If you don't know, all good. I study QB plays.
It doesn't matter what the coverage is. Our read progression ain't based off of what coverage they're running. It's based off of outside in, horizontal stretch, inside out, horizontal stretch, vertical stretch, high-low, or object receiver read, I'm telling you who to throw the ball to because we just called curl flat. The corner's jumping the curl, so now we wheel a guy. So, like, the hardest thing to throw against is man free. Like, because you got one underneath guy that can rat the middle, and you got a free safety in the middle of the field. That's Nick Saban. That's what he says. It's good against every coverage. But you better have a guy that can match up to Tyreek Hill.
He said the receiver, if we're unable to make the camps during the summer, how do we get in front of coaches?
Then have great film. Have great film. Have a great Twitter where they can look at you working out. They can see you moving. Have great grades. Be big, fast, and strong as possible. Coach Bald, what else would you say? Because where there's a will, there's a way to Coach Bald. He is the motivation expert.
We are going to find a way, put you a little, like today with TikTok or whatever, man, put you a little promo video. Show yourself bench pressing heaviest weight, squatting your heavy weight. Show yourself doing your drills. If you're a wide receiver, let's see them quick feet. You know what I mean? There's more than one way to skin a cat here. Get creative. Get in the pool. Get your whole body out. Jump out of the whole pool and land on the deck. That'll show me some athleticism. That'll get my – you know what I mean? Show yourself dunking a basketball from the free throw line if you got that ability in you. Best ability is availability, but you gotta think, man. Go pull a tree – go grab a big tree trunk and run down the road with it, man. Go grab a car and push it down the road. Get creative. I want to see something I've never seen before.
I tell you one thing Jaden Payute did. He jumped over a car. He could run at 600 meters.
And you know what? I would rather have him, guy I don't think can jump over a car. You know what I mean? Hey, you remember this back in the day, Coach Taylor? There was an area down here in Florida where in the off season the guys would go chase rabbits.
Yeah,
they chase rabbits. You got to get creative. Like
that's in the mud.
So, I'll tell you what. I'd rather have a guy that can catch a rabbit than a guy that can't catch a rabbit because that's just some ability right there. You catch a rabbit, you probably catch a running back.
Belglade. There's a lot of great players out of Belglade and Glade Central, man. Amen. That's a rivalry right there, man.
Layden Bailey, thank you, Coach. Sorry for sending the same message twice.
No, thank you.
Wyatt Burdick says, I meant that they aren't even doing coverage reps at all. And he asks, do you have any tips on talking to a college coach into giving you an offer?
You're not going to talk a college coach into giving you anything. You're going to have to say, yes, sir, no, sir, please, thank you. My name is this. I would love an opportunity. You're not looking for an offer. You're looking for an opportunity because the mindset you're going to have is even if they offer you a walk-on, you might be going there as a walk-on, but you're leaving with a scholarship. I mean, it's like Coach Ball walking down a dark alley. Him and Terminator are going to be pick one and pick two. All right, who I'm going to get out of these 6 people. Talk about that, Terminator, going down a dark alley. All right, I'm pretty sure you went through a lot of dark alleys.
Oh, man.
And you came out the other side, didn't you?
Still here, baby, so you know the answer.
He's a Marine. He's a Marine.
Chris Panos, the head coach, post-grad head coach for lacrosse. Grind now, shine later.
That's my homie. He was a professional lacrosse player. He looks like Tom Cruise. All right? Wow. And he is a great coach. He's a great motivator. He's a great leader of young men. I would want my son to be coached by Coach Panos.
That's it for the comments right now.
That's it for the comments.
Yes.
Paul, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great that I'm on here. I had to go.
What's on your heart that you want to share to these guys? How to email a college coach and get recruited? I mean, are there secret words that you can say? I mean, really, you got to be interested in them. If you're not interested in them, you're never going to get an offer. You got to want to be a part of their program. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, this whole offer thing and chasing offers. Sometimes you got to understand. There's a lot of offers that go out there. I mean, and if they're not in the summer of your junior year, if they're before that, they're non-committable anyway. I mean, yeah, it's great to have that you can post and generates interest from other schools, but you can't commit. In addition, if you do get an offer, the summer of your junior year, and they give you the hold up, wait a minute, we got a couple other guys we're looking at, then you have an offer there, but you can't commit to it. So instead of chasing offers, you know what I'm saying? Chase getting better.
Ooh.
I mean, literally, because and again, and I loved it at the national prospect camp is, they kept reiterating, yeah, we're taking care, we're making you little packages, but today's just another day to get better, because next week at the next camp you go to, you should be better than you were today. I mean, offers will come to those who are getting better. If you're flatline, you're the same person every camp. And you're asking and asking folks for offers. You're probably not going to get one. What did we say before? I mean, if you're not the guy, if you're a guy that's chasing offers, then nobody's interested. I mean, they want the person who's chasing greatness.
Ooh,
they'll find you.
Wyatt Burdick says, I play both ways. Is that something coaches are interested in?
Coach Bald, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it just shows that you're a versatile player, but once you get to the next level, the chances of that are happening are none. And Slim took a flight out, and he ain't going to be back anytime soon. I mean, there are no Travis Hunters. This is a one-time deal. He'll play a minimum of snaps, I believe, at both sides of the ball. I mean, guys just ain't built like that. We don't have that here in Florida. The Florida Heat will just get you. There's no guy playing both ways. You might be a situational guy. You might be a running back that comes in and plays defensive end on long third, but you're not going to be playing both at a high level. The Heat is it's here too. It's just much. And that's what I think gives the kids in Florida an advantage. Only playing one side of the ball. If you play, 3 years of only offensive tackle, think of all the practice reps you're getting at just one position. You should have a lot of value when you're just playing that same position. What was his positions, by the way?
He plays corner. He didn't say what he played on offense. He just plays corner.
Okay. Well, I always question a corner. If you're a D1 corner, like, if you're not playing receiver, that's a question mark. Unless you're playing at Lakewood High School and they got NFL guys both sides of the ball. Like, if you're a great corner, Dre Bly, that played for the Rams and UNC, he played both ways.
You say he plays wide receiver and cornerback.
Yeah, I think playing both ways makes you. If you can do more things, you can do more things.
Yeah, man. Big returner, too, while you're at it.
Aiden Stansel. Is 89-plus tackles good for a defensive back?
I mean, stats always lie to me, man. I mean, you could have 189 tackles. Nobody would know the difference. But, I mean, if you played 10 games, that's 8.9 tackles a game. That's a lot of tackles. But my question is, where are the D linemen and the linebackers? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of tackles.
That's long.
Paul, you're a stat guy. You're a numbers guy. That's a lot of tackles for a DB. I mean, that thing's popping through the box a lot.
Yeah. I also, I mean, if you're gonna, you could. It's a good. It's good to have, but I mean, I want some pass breakups and some INTs reported from a DB as well.
Yeah, but just
show your total game.
That's an impressive number.
Yeah, if I'm running the offense, we're not even blocking the corner, so you better be making the tackle because we're blocking everybody but you. You're the last guy we think is going to, honestly. we don't block corners around here.
Yeah, show your whole. Yeah. I that's a lot for a corner, but I'd show my whole portfolio. I mean, you play offense, show your catches, your yards, everything. Put it down.
Aiden also asked, is 8-man harder to get recruited? 8-man football.
A kid from Louisiana that was playing 8-man. I didn't even know it was 8-man until I really looked at it because it's just a couple extra offensive linemen. But I mean, I just saw this guy looking like a big Percy Harvin scoring a touchdown, 6'2", 220 pounds, playing quarterback and wide receiver. Then I looked at his offense and defensive lineman. The guy was 6'8", 300, and he's going to Ole Miss. So Trayvon Dye, man, treat everybody like Trayvon Dye. That's our mindset. Is everybody that comes on this podcast, every kid that asks a question in our mind, that's just like Trayvon Dye asking the question. That's the mindset. Am I right or wrong, Paul? Did I say that?
That's 110% correct. Thanks, Trayvon, for coming on and saying hello.
Terminator, do you know who Trayvon Dye is?
I'm not familiar.
No, yes, you are. Number 23, the wrecking ball. The defensive end that was committed to Syracuse, that went to Shepherd. Now he's at North Carolina A&T. He played defensive end for Fort Union Military Academy.
Did this brother go to JMU? Yeah. That kid was different. Mm-hmm.
Well, most of them are different when, you go to FUMA.
Aiden said it's 6 foot, 172 small for a defensive back.
No.
Not at all.
Great shot.
And I don't want defensive backs that are huge in high school unless I'm going to move them in to play backer. We had a kid that was about 140 when he showed up here. Now he's going to North Carolina A&T. His dad played linebacker at Ohio State. C. Grant made the sack against Ken Dorsey in the national championship.
Hey, Troy, can you repeat that again? Did you say he was 140 pounds when he came to FUMA?
I think so, yeah. And he gained like 5 pounds.
Wow, good for him, man. Woo.
Yeah, he looks like Ed Reed. He's 6'1", probably like 165 pounds now. He gained 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Braden says, the associate ad at FUMA. Panos Lacrosse just saw you in here, just got back from eating.
Wow. Braden is on top of it, man. He is on top of it. What else is on y'all's heart, man? We're at an hour right now.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that Ms. Medley? Does Ms. Medley like to come on to talk to YouTube? Trayvon Dye, you can't teach size, work hard, and treat people the right way. Man, do what's right, do your best, treat people how you want to be treated. Trayvon Dye. We need some more Jersey guys. That's what Bill Parcells said, wasn't it? Everybody good? We love y'all, man.
What a blessing.